My 23F BF, 29 meters, has been testing me a lot lately. So this whole situation just has me confused and I'm just looking for insight. Lately my boyfriend has been testing me on weird stuff. For example, a couple of days ago he asked me to see my phone, so I just went to hand it to him. He didn't even grab it, he just said, "I just wanted to see how you'd react," not out of any actual concern or anything, just because. And a week ago he asked to borrow $100 bucks, so I went to go grab it from my wallet. When I went to hand it to him, he just said, "Oh, I don't really need it, I was just seeing if you'd do that for me." There's been a couple of other small things, but it just has me confused. Like he doesn't actually have any doubt in me, he just wants to test me, and it has me so confused. Apparently I've been passing. I just don't understand the why in the first place. This isn't trust issues. This is manipulation. He's seeing how far you'll go for him. He's going to continue to slowly push it more and more. He wants full control where you don't question things. I mean, you're not even questioning his weird actions now. You're justifying it by saying he has trust issues. I've said it before and I'll say it again. Anyone who needs to test their partner is a red flag. Relationships do not need to be tested. You should scroll through this sub and find some of the guys being tested. You would have something in common right off. Tell him to get lost. Nearly 30 asking his girlfriend for her phone and money as some test. Play stupid games. Lose. 0. Get out now. Too young for this mess, and he's too old for him to be acting this way. He's setting the stage and testing boundaries before manipulating you and pushing those boundaries for his own well-being at the expense of yours. I've been seeing a lot of testing posts lately. Just saw 6 today. And I think this might be a new trend or something. But what your BF is doing is the tamest form of the trend I've seen. The worst one I saw was a girl set up a boy to get into an altercation to see if he'd fight for her. The altercation was with a friend of hers, so the fight wouldn't happen. He passed but didn't know if he wanted her anymore. He either has trust issues or is being manipulative. If he has trust issues, asking you for $100 isn't really the way to ensure you will do something for him. Maybe he is just seeing just how much you will do for him. Because it sounds like he is asking for more serious things each time. First the phone, then $100. What's he want next? You to have a threesome, and then when you bring the girl he says, "I just wanted to see if you would." What will it take to prove to him that you love him and he can trust you? Trust means different things to different people. He might not mean to be, but he is confusing you and making you question things that you shouldn't have to. I would think that he would automatically trust you unless you gave him a reason not to. That's how I am. And I believe most others. Leave him. And when he asks why, tell him he failed the test. A healthy relationship doesn't have one person test the other. They talk about things, work through things together, ask questions about ideas, ideals, and get to know each other through conversation. Tests like those you mentioned are manipulative, and only show that he is trying to control you. Yeah, that's not a normal thing to do. It's some kind of manipulation, power play thing. Like even if you pass, he still is the one deciding that and having power. You've been together a year and he just started doing this? Kinda wonder if this is some sort of toxic dating technique he read about somewhere. The type of communities that would advocate for this sort of thing are bad news. He's going to keep escalating it. You need to call out this behavior. Ask him what prompted this, and shut it down. That's the generous suggestion, assuming he hasn't done any manipulative stuff like this in the past. He's being a jerk. I'd tell him that you're testing him and every test he gives you is a fail for him. Backquote, this is manipulation, and like the others say, he wants to test your limits. At 29, he should be a lot more mature than this. Ask him why he's testing you. I think that's strange and manipulative behavior. If he starts testing your boundaries and makes you uncomfortable, definitely reconsider the relationship. I think he treats you like a lab animal. He's doing some science project about you. Red flag. Case close. I just don't understand the why in the first place. He is establishing an unbalanced power dynamic in your relationship where he is in control and you have to adhere to his standards. I'd say he failed the test of being a decent boyfriend. Start doing it to him to see how he reacts. Sounds like he is puppy training you up. This does not sound good. Was he in a bad relationship where something happened, and he's doing this to see what you would do in advance? Even if that was the case, it would not be right for a person to treat their partner like that. Are you able to discuss this with him, and maybe get some insight on why he's doing this? It really would not matter why someone was testing me. I'd break the relationship off. Easier said than done. I get that. But you deserve being treated right. The way you are being treated now is not good at all. That's for sure. This is gross and manipulative behavior, and it speaks to him thinking very poorly of you. Mind games. If you don't like this, tell him you don't like it and ask him to stop. Stop dating this person. That's obvious. Location flag. Red flags everywhere. He's not testing out of trust. He manipulating the hell out of you to see how much he can use you. Also, if your relationship needs to be tested at all, it's time to get out.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Cast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.